Hey kids, welcome to the latest installment of Dollar Tree Theater. Ah, I'm not sure of the number. I think I'm on maybe 29. I don't know. Um, Looking it up here. Well, today's Dollar Tree Theater is a very recent haul. This is 29th, my personal 29th Dollar Tree Theater with uh, the first of the of this triple pack, the first Robert movie, very low budget British uh, horror film. Not much of a mystery. It is uh, listed as drama horror mystery. Uh, we know that Robert is a possessed doll right away. They show it. Uh, what we have is the previous family that owned the doll um, had a housekeeper named Agatha, played by Judith Haley. Um, Judith flat out says it's the doll that's possessed, and then the doll turns its head and looks at everybody. So there's no mystery involved. Who's doing the mischief later on in the movie? We already know it's the doll. But what we have is a situation where Agatha, 3 years later, finds herself employed with the Otto family, played by Susie Frances uh, Garton as Jenny and Lee Bain as Paul Otto. Uh, he's a lawyer. She does uh, art, paints, and based on the uh, dialogue, they don't specify what her ailment is, but it sounds like she probably has a bit of schizophrenia. Apparently, she has heard voices in the past, and she's extremely anxious all the time. Uh, but Agatha is working for the family, and she's starting to exhibit uh, maybe signs of dementia. She's forgetful of basic things like where she keeps some of her supplies, and so they decide to let her go. This doesn't make her happy, and what she ends up doing is, since she obviously is carrying around Robert in a suitcase, she gifts the suitcase, well, not the suitcase, but Robert to the young boy named Gene Otto, played by Flynn Allen. Uh, uh, there's discussion about, does do boys play with dolls? Paul, the father, kind of freaks out when he finds out his son owns it, is playing with a doll. Um, that never really goes anywhere. It's not really a topic that stays with us. Uh, what a topic that stays with us is Jenny's apparent uh, mental illness. Uh, this is one of the problems I have. Jean does start talking to the doll. There's only one scene where you hear muffled uh, talking, two people talking in his room. Uh, he's saying that the doll talks, and he's too old, in my opinion, to not freak out because there's a doll that's alive. Uh, that's an issue I have with this is like the first issue I have with the film. Uh, but there's this question if there's a, you know, Paul, his behavior is not great. He's not that supportive of his wife, but in the beginning, when we really are introduced to him, this couple, it almost seems like things are at an end. It's, you know, boiling up. Um, but he rejects whenever Jenny says that, you know, something odd happens, like uh, the word "die" is on her mirror in her lipstick, and the lipstick is found in Robert's hand. Um, he just rejects it right away because of her past issues with mental illness, and of course that causes conflict, and it exacerbates, you know, their marriage issues. Uh, for the most part, this is like a throwback film of something from the, you know, British, small British films from the, you know, late '60s on into the '70s. Uh, the United States also did some movies at this level as well. Uh, though this is lower budget, much more lower budget than those films. For one thing, uh, most of the film is interiors. Uh, very little outside. Paul, the father, asks Gene, the son, if he wants to go bike riding, and the kid says yes. Can Robert come? And father says sure. And then we expect to see them bike riding, and I guess that wasn't in the budget. That type of thing, you know. I was a little thrown. There are characters, especially the first couple in the movie, that it sounds like they have American voice, uh, you know, accents. And there's later in the movie when Jenny goes looking for Agatha, she runs into this guy that sounds like an American. Uh, so I'm not really sure. Uh, you do see Robert moving, and this is actually good for to elicit an unintentional laugh or two. Uh, for the most part, this is a, you know, it's a harmless, somewhat bland throwback to, you know, the smaller, uh, sometimes forgettable UK little horror boilers that they used to make long time ago. Uh, of course, the movie The Boy, uh, another doll movie, uh, which, tell you the truth, I like Robert better. uh, uh, that's probably had the most dumbest protagonist in any movie that I've ever seen. Holy crap, that movie's stupid. But yeah, this is a, you know, a dumb little doll movie too. But I think they put a little bit more fun in it. I think this movie could have been a lot more fun. Maybe even inject a little bit more humor other than the unintentional laughs you get from the doll movie. Uh, I also laughed at this slap that Jenny gives Paul. It's more like a tap, and he ends up raging over it. I swear to God, it's about as hard as this. uh, Paul, played by Lee Bain, he's actually pretty decent in the movie. Um, went into his little page here and ended up finding out uh, he ends up starting his assistant directing uh, or and and second unit directing career, because he ends up doing assistant directing on I think the rest of the Robert movies, or at least some of them, and he comes in acting again as the toy maker, which is referenced in the third movie here, Robert and the Toy Maker. Uh, so it's kind of a bland but watchable movie. Uh, especially getting 3 of these for $1.25. I think it's a pretty good deal. If you can find it, you know, there's some people who like this more than me, and there's obviously a lot of people who hate this. I don't think I've mentioned, did I? Yeah. The writer-director is Andrew Jones. I thought Susie Francis Garton, she would have been better if the director reined her in a bit. She has some frantic scenes, but she's better dealing with the family members and Agatha than other people outside the house. She goes outside the house for, like the guy when she's looking for Agatha. I mean, she's kind of a mess acting wise. I mean, she's a little bit way too frantic, and I tend to blame a director for that because I think performance wise, I think she's not that bad. Uh, could be better. Well, that's it for Robert. A very franchise heavy killer doll possessed by somebody from the past. But until next time, this is Charles D. Cochran saying check out Hobbs Horror because he originated this whole concept of Dollar Tree Theater. Till next time, stay safe. Those have a good time. Bye now.